It all started in the year 1979 when ISRO sent its first payload with the name Rohini payload, and in the year 2025 ISRO has sent its historic 100th satellite. So ISRO has hit the century of launch of satellites, and this is a very proud moment for all of us as Indians, because it is the Indian Space Research Organization which has made us stand with all the elite nations with regard to the space technology. So let's see that why this historic 100th launch is so special. Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in this video we will be talking about the 100th launch of ISRO, and this is about the NVS-02 satellite. So first of all, about the points of discussion. First we will be looking at the news, then about the NVS-02 satellite, then about the NAVIC technology, GSLV, the launch vehicle which has taken this satellite, then about ISRO, significance of NVS-02 satellite, and in the end a prelims MCQ. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 3, that is science and technology, specifically about the space technology. Now the news talks about that ISRO successfully launches NVS-02 satellite, creates history with the 100th launch from Sriharikota. So 100th launch of ISRO has taken place, and the launch vehicle is GSLV, and the place which has witnessed this historic 100th launch is the historic Sriharikota launch pad of India, situated in the state of Andhra Pradesh. And as I always tell you that Drishti IAS Mukherjee Nagar classes has now shifted to Noida, and the offline batches in Noida, the admissions are open for the IAS GS foundation course covering both prelims and mains. English medium batch is starting from 17th of February, while the Hindi medium batch is starting from 21st of February. If you have any query, give us a call at 87501, and you can also download the Drishti Learning app. Now let's begin. So on January 29th, the ISRO, that is the Indian Space Research Organization, has successfully completed its 100th launch from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota with the GSLV F-15 rocket. Now GSLV is the rocket which is taking the satellite. Then this is the 100th launch of ISRO. GSLV stands for the Geosynchronous Launch Vehicle, and the rocket name is F-15, and the name of the satellite is NVS-02 satellite. So be very clear. Satellite is NVS-02. The launch vehicle is GSLV. Rocket is F-15. It is going into the geosynchronous orbit. This is the 100th launch of ISRO, and this becomes very important because this can be asked in the examination, prelims examination directly, that with regard to the 100th launch of ISRO, consider the following statement. So this question can be asked. Then this is the second satellite in the NAVIC series. Now NAVIC stands for the Navigation with Indian Constellations. So the NAVIC series, this is the second satellite in the NAVIC series. And the launch has marked a significant milestone, with ISRO having successfully lifted 548 satellites into orbit over 100 missions. So till now 100 missions have been sent by ISRO, and in this 100 mission 548 satellites these 100 missions have carried. Now that this NVS-02 satellite will be placed in the geosynchronous orbit. Now orbits are of two types, basically the geostationary orbits and the geosynchronous orbit. So first of all, let us talk about that, what is the basic difference between these two. Now look at this map. This is Earth. So the geostationary orbit is situated at a distance of around 36,000 kilometers, and basically the communication satellites goes into the geostationary orbit. Now why are they called the geostationary orbit? Because imagine this is Earth and this is the geostationary orbit. Okay. Now what happens is that the geostationary orbit, the satellite which goes into the geostationary orbit, what happens is, if this is the Earth and this is how it is moving. Then the geostationary satellite, which is placed in the geostationary orbit, moves is with the same effect and intensity as the movement of the earth, and that is why if you are standing at any point on the earth, you will feel like that the geostationary satellite is not moving. It is standing and it is situated at one single point, because you are able to actually see them and they do not move, and that is why it is called geostationary, because the inclination angle is almost zero. Now next comes the geosynchronous orbit. Now geosynchronous orbit, what happens is that geosynchronous orbit, let me rub this for you. Okay, now see this. This is Earth and this elliptical orbit is the geosynchronous orbit. Now see, geosynchronous orbit and every geostationary orbit is geosynchronous in nature, but every geosynchronous orbit is not geostationary in nature, because geostationary the inclination angle is almost zero, while in the geosynchronous the inclination angle is not zero. The angle can be present in a geosynchronous orbit, and that is why it does, whenever we see a geosynchronous satellite, it does not feel like that it is stationary at one single place, because the inclination angle is present. So basically you can say that in the geostationary the inclination angle is not present, but in the geosynchronous the inclination angle is there. So this is this satellite, the 100th launch of the ISRO of the NVS-02 satellite is going into the geosynchronous orbit. Now about NAVIC, because the satellite, that is the NVS-02 satellite, it is the second satellite in the NAVIC series. NAVIC stands for the Navigation with Indian Constellation. We all use the GPS of the US. So that is the positioning system, the global positioning system. So the Indian version of it is known by the name of NAVIC, that is the Navigation with Indian Constellation. So let us talk about what is NAVIC. So NAVIC is Regional Navigation Satellite System. It is a satellite system. Then it was earlier known as the Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System, and it is launched by ISRO. Then under the NAVIC, it is a constellation of 7 satellites, and out of the 7 satellites, 3 satellites are placed in the geostationary orbit, while 4 satellites are placed in the geosynchronous orbit. Now 3 is geostationary while 4 are geosynchronous. So you can say exactly the work which the GPS, and I think nowadays most of the people are using the GPS in their phones to navigate through any route or to reach any particular destination. You just have to open your phone and type the location or the destination where you have to go, and then you get the map that how to go, how to reach that destination. So this is what, in a very layman's term, what is the work of the GPS or the NAVIC of India. Then the standard position service for civilian users and the restricted service for strategic users. So the civilian users, they can use the standard position system, but the strategic users, like if government want to use it for any further information, then the restricted service or the strategic service can be provided to them also. Then the coverage area of NAVIC is India and a region of up to 1500 km beyond Indian boundary. So within India it can give the information, and a region of up to 1500 kilometers beyond Indian boundary. Then what is the accuracy level of it? Then NAVIC SPS offer a accuracy of better than 20 meters and a timing accuracy of better than 40 nanoseconds. So the accuracy is of around 20 meters. It means that if any person, or if you are standing at this position, imagine this is the position where you are standing, then till the distance of 20 meters, it can give the position. Then if we talk about the other navigation systems of other countries, then US is GPS, Russia is GLONASS, European Union is Galileo, and China is Beidou. So these are the navigation systems of other countries, and India, it is NAVIC, NAVIC. The information which can be asked in the examination, how many satellites are present in it? So you need to know that there are 7 satellites, 3 are geostationary while 4 are geosynchronous. Then you need to know the accuracy, that is around 20 meters. Now about GSLV, which is the geosynchronous launch vehicle, the launch vehicle which has taken the satellite to the geosynchronous orbit. So it is GSLV. So the space launch vehicle which is designed, developed and operated by the ISRO to launch satellites and other space objects into the geosynchronous transfer orbits. And GSLV is a upper version, or you can say is an improved version of the PSLV, that is the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. But with GSLV being a 3-stage vehicle and also having a cryogenic 3rd stage, has given India the power to launch satellites into the geosynchronous orbits. And it is a 3-stage launcher. First stage is solid fuel, second stage is liquid fuel, and the third stage is the cryogenic fuel. So basically what happens is that the cryogenic fuel is, the temperature is very, very low. It goes beyond minus 150 degrees Celsius. It goes beyond 170 degrees Celsius also. So the compressed gases and fuels are used in the cryogenic engine, and this 3-stage GSLV has given India the power to launch satellites into the geosynchronous orbit. Before the GSLV, India was not very powerful. They had PSLV, but PSLV had its own limitations. But with GSLV, with the 3-stage launch vehicle, India has now been able to compete with the other nations. Now look at this map. This is GSLV, 3 stage. This is the first stage, second stage, third stage. If you will see, this is PSLV, ASLV, SLV, and then GSLV Mk3, the upper version of GSLV. GSLV is geosynchronous launch vehicle, PSLV is polar satellite launch vehicle, SLV is satellite launch vehicle. Now about ISRO. So about ISRO, if we talk about, then it is the space agency of India, formed on August 15, 1969. It was previously known by the name of Indian National Committee for Space Research, set up in 1962. The headquarters is in Bengaluru. Objective is development and application of space technology for various national needs. So space technology is also a keyword for you. Then the first launch took place in the form of Rohini payload in the year 1979 and was led by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Now the significance of NVS-02 satellite. Then the NVS-02 satellite, it carries an indigenous atomic clock. Indigenous means make in India. So the indigenous clock has been made in India. So it also gives a boost to the Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign of India. Then it also incorporates navigation payloads in multiple frequency. Multiple frequency means not 1, not 2, more than 3 or 4. Then it will also help in the precise time estimation. So the time estimation, the accuracy level of the NAVIC will also improve. Then applications of NAVIC is, it helps in various different aspects, like for example tracking shipping vessels, train tracking, time synchronization, safety related services, personal navigation, device ecosystem in India. So basically if you want to know the location of anything or location about anyone, then the NAVIC system will be of great help to you. And now in the end, a prelims MCQ, and it is a PYQ. PYQ becomes important because through PYQ you will come to know that what is UPSC asking. what you need to prepare, how you need to prepare, what are the points that you need to hit during your preparation. So this is a PYQ of the year 2018 with reference to India's satellite launch vehicles. Consider the following statements. There are 3 statements given. First, PSLVs launch the satellites useful for Earth resources monitoring, whereas GSLVs are designed mainly to launch communication satellites. Second, satellites launched by PSLV appear to remain permanently fixed in the same position in the sky as viewed from a particular location on Earth. Third, GSLV Mk3 is a 4-stage launch vehicle with the first and third stage using solid rocket motors and the second and fourth stage using liquid rocket engines. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 and 3, 1 and 2 or 3 only? As it is a PYQ, I expect you to give me the answer. So give me the answer in the comment section. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time. Keep reading, keep writing and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe. And do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.